We're good. Hi, everybody. I'm Plywood, and I'm going to teach some Metal Gear Solid 2 VE to new runner Prufr0ck. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How's it going, everybody?
So, I have not actually taught anyone directly this game before, but I do have a fairly good time in VE at this point, so uh, this should be pretty good. Before we started, we talked a little bit about what we're going to be going over, and just so I'm clear with you and in the chat knows what's what, you want to learn Tanker and Olga, Harrier, Raze, and maybe Fat Man if we get around to it. Is that right?
Yeah, that sounds accurate. I think the Olga guard rush, being a little more consistent on my holds. Yeah, I could use a little help there, and in the other areas you mentioned as well.
All right, fantastic. Let's start with the easiest component of all that. We're going to go to Metal Gear because this should only take us a few minutes. This strategy is very simple. So the way this is going to work, I'm going to demonstrate the strat to you. I'm playing on PC version, but don't be frightened, everyone. It's basically the same game. He is playing on console, but that's fine. HD version on Series X is basically like PC. So, for some reason the timer's not going, even though I hit the timer. Very strange. Node CG, please. Please, Node CG. Anyways, maybe the timer will go. Maybe it won't. I'll restart the scene just to see. Come on. Come on, timer.
I believe.
Believe in the timer. All right, the timer's not working. That's fine. I have the timer. I will know what time we're on. None of you will. That's okay. Don't worry about it. So, this fight, there's actually two different approaches. One I have not done, but it is like a little bit safer. I'll show you the faster version of this setup. So, the way this is going to work, we're going to hit the mid ray, then the left ray, then the right ray. There is a variant where you hit middle, right, left, but it's really hard and not really worth discussing because I don't even know how to do it. So don't even worry about it. Most people do this, like 99% of the runners do this strat. The other one saves like a couple seconds, but it's not really worth the hassle. So
Gotcha.
our goal is to hit the open mouth of the middle ray and the left ray. So this is going to happen fairly quickly. So basically, the moment the fight starts, I'm going to swap to my stinger, which is on previous. You can also hold R2 and swap to the stinger that way, just so you know you're going to get the menu down, but it's faster to just swap onto previous.
Mm-hmm.
So swap, fire immediately, and then you'll hit the mid ray, but don't like rush firing at this ray. You want to wait until it starts doing its battle cry and then fire. And then I can just move. And then this ray is going to jump on stage and then boom, boom. That's it. So middle, if you could do it a little bit, like you could fire the left one quickly. Just be careful that if you could go too fast here is basically what I'm saying. Possible. If you want to be super safe about it, just wait until you see.
Kind of when it rears its head back.
Yeah. You can go too late. So that was still not, like, you have a lot of time with this. That's probably too late. Yeah, the ray's mouth is now closed. So if you just wait until it starts doing its head bob, and then you want to stand over here on this like part of the hexagon or whatever. because if you're too close to the leg, you'll get knocked to the floor, and that's not good. So middle, I'm just spamming square there, and then wait, fire, fire. That's it. This is by far the simplest fight in the whole run, as long as you're doing this strat. If you're doing middle, right, left, it's much harder, but like don't worry about that right now.
Right.
That's like really high end stuff. And I have a really good time in this game and I don't even do it. So that's how little it matters. Okay, let's see how you handle it.
Okay, so swap. Yeah, middle, left, right. Okay. Yep, too late. Too late on everything.
Yeah, like that's really like the only tricky part of this is that you need to, and if you need the um if you need to just like feel like just holding R2 or not R2 would be right trigger for you if you're using an Xbox controller. Holding right trigger and then just opening up the menu, that's fine. Um because it is a little bit weird like doing that menu at first. So some people actually these days like just menu for this just to make sure that they um
Have the
you're not
time.
like yeah, that they get it every time. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is I would suggest doing that just so you feel comfortable and you can worry about doing the instant menu later.
Okay.
Just swap to the stinger and you should just fire. Like
Ah.
don't don't like line yourself up because you want to fire the moment the fight starts. Oh, I should also I forgot to send this to you. I'm going to send you a direct feed for me that way you don't have to watch the stream delay. Okay, I DM'd it to you. That way you don't have to watch the stream delay because that might lead to problems later.
Okay.
So yeah, the moment you equip the stinger, you should be
Firing just
spamming.
immediately.
You should be firing immediately and then guide your stinger up.
Okay. Yeah, too late.
Yeah,
Tried to use D-pad there to make it a little slower, but it just
you
increases
just
speed.
you're already aiming at the head. I will show you. I will show you again. Like you're really over adjusting. So like the Ray's head is coming down. So all I do is like a little tap because you're already aiming at its head basically. So no need to like wildly swing your aim. Just tap up after you fire and it'll hit its head every time.
Gotcha. Are you using D-pad or analog
I'm
for that?
using analog, but it doesn't matter. You could use D-pad or analog. Just a slight tap up, that'll do it. You don't need anything more than that.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm not even hitting it when I first hit that.
You're a little bit delayed on aiming up. It's like one smooth motion. So
Yeah, I'm trying to just hold the stick after I let go of the equip.
I like do a little just a flick up, just a flick, nothing more after I fire. So that was wrong. The first ray is really the hardest one, as you can tell.
Right.
So just spam X, light flick up after you fire, and it should lock on. You should lock onto the head. It'll guide onto the head.
Uh,
Whoa.
Interesting.
Whoa. Uh, that is interesting.
I don't think I touched the stick before, but Raiden's just facing this way.
There must have been some movement.
Yeah, I must have touched my
Some
stick or something.
some movement downright. This is the other problem for learning this on console is that like you have so much HP on VE that it takes a very long time to die.
Right? Yeah, European Extreme, we'd be out like that.
Yeah, you just fire a stinger at your feet and you're dead.
There we go.
There you go. You don't you don't need to
Nice.
go that far back for the third ray. Like it's fine. You just have it's like the inner hexagon, okay?
Right, I can still stay in that inner hexagon and be fine.
Yeah. Um I'll show you it one more time. Though you just got it down, so that's good. Just move a little bit back. I mean, I could show you how close you can be. It's just positioning that's the problem. This is like only a little bit. The thing is, and this is just like a rule about rays in general, is like it's all about positioning and timing with the stinger, right? So if you're closer, then there's like more of a delay. Because if you notice, I'm like
Mm.
firing the stinger as it's landing on stage so that the moment it's vulnerable, I damage it. It's
So it's
just
not
like
so
a
much
small thing.
about avoiding the leg as it is about just being out of range
Yeah,
so
it's
you
just
don't get
like
those iframes.
so like right there when I did that, I didn't even see the squares of the lock on. I just timed it perfectly that the stinger fired or the stinger landed on the leg when it was vulnerable. So positioning and timing, those go hand in hand with the stinger. That this is also true for Harrier, by the way. Um, anytime you're using the stinger. Okay, do you want to soft reset and try this again, or do you want to like move on? You
Yeah, I'd like
feel
to
like
get
you,
it at least successful one more
yeah.
time and then move
Okay,
on to the
cool,
next thing.
sweet. So I'll let you get back to that.
I don't know if it'd be quicker to do this or just have Solidus kill me.
I think
You've got the torture scene. Yeah,
I think you would have rather have. There is a way to soft reset,
on an
so you
Xbox
don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to launch. Like having to launch all this obviously is a bit of a pain.
for
So
sure.
it should be left bumper, left trigger, right trigger, select and start, or whatever the heck they're called on a series
Right.
controller. I don't know what they're called, but you know, the face buttons that are not the face buttons. So yeah. Equip the stinger, flick this fire immediately, flick the stick up. When fire at the left head, move a little bit back, and then hit the ray that's coming on stage.
Gotcha. Nice.
There you go. Nice. Cool. So yeah, really not that bad once you
That's what I
understand.
get when I do that. So
Yes, you want to do that. Yes. That screen will pop up, that's fine. It should reset to the main screen. Yeah.
Oh, the
So
joys of
that's how
having a PlayStation, though. I feel like the soft reset is so much easier on a PlayStation.
Yeah, you don't that little screen doesn't pop up. That's a fine enough sacrifice because you are on the fastest platform for HD. So, easy come, easy go.
True. In a game with IGT, though, I guess it's not as big of a
Oh,
deal as like.
no, that's not true. So, the IGT on the version I'm playing does remove loads, but not on HD collection. Loads matter. So, um, it depends on what version of the game you're playing, but PC Substance, the loads don't count. HD collection, loads count. So, it is the fastest
Interesting.
version because of that. Also, the lack of lag. Okay. So we have covered Rays. Now we're going to move on to Tanker. So I'm going to just do a Tanker. I will give commentary while I'm doing it. And if there's any time where you want me to stop and you have a question, just let me know, okay?
Okay.
Cool. I always put my radar on. I think that's really the right call. So you're just going to skip through all this stuff. Fast forward through the codex, mash.
Are you saying like the link you sent me? It's not quite direct. I don't think. I think I'm still a little far behind.
Refresh. There's going to be a slight delay.
Okay, you're on the deck now. Yeah, this is closer.
If you refresh, there will be a slight delay, just the nature of the internet, but it'll be less delayed than if you were watching on Twitch.
Right.
So we go right. I'm holding left bumper. I'm gonna try and follow Xbox convention. So I'm holding left bumper already, just so I'm ready to aim at this guy. And then, well, I screwed up, but let's try this again. I'm actually kind of bad at this strat, by the way. Sometimes I get kicked, but you like kind of flick over to the side like this.
Right, because otherwise you get caught on that little edge there. I've done that several times.
So you flick and shoot. If you wanted to not do that, like if you just don't want to do that strat, you can like run. You can just like roll, and he'll shoot you. That's what we do on normal, but it's better to trank him so you don't take the shot.
I guess on
Okay.
normal because you don't have the immediate trank hit. That's
Yeah,
why you just
exactly.
take the shot.
Exactly.
Or
That's
immediate,
why
the one hit
we just
trank,
take the shot. Yeah, we just take the shot on normal because we can't just trank him and avoid the shot. But it's better to trank him. Here, roll into this trigger, that cutscene trigger, because rolling is slow on the recovery, but it's if you don't recover, it's faster. So like rolling into that trigger is better because as you can see, we're moving. And then here, you can just run past him like that. You can bump into him as well. But
Oh, you
it's
don't have to hold them up. Interesting.
no, yeah, you don't need to hold him up. Remember, like alerts get cleared. Oh, this is different. I think it's because I keep on resetting. The cycle's a little bit different, but yeah, you could bump into him right there. The best thing is to hug the wall and just like run past him, but you can hold him up if you want. It doesn't really matter.
Freeze.
And then roll up the stairs.
It's the enemy. I need help.
Skip this cutscene. Hug the wall. Roll up the stairs. Pretty simple. Roll into that cutscene trigger. Skip it. Roll up the stairs.
I'm sensing a theme.
You're sensing a theme. We roll up the stairs. It's faster than running up them. Okay. So this is where we're actually getting into the hard part. So there's different patterns you can get for Olga here. There's the left side Olga, the right side Olga. You want right side Olga. Right side Olga is faster. Well, there's like a lot of variations on this fight, but there's two basic strats. It's left side or right side because she can go either left or she'll go right. And what we mean by right, it's not really right. She's like going down, but she's relative to her position. She's going right. Okay. For this door, just start spamming Y as you're approaching it, and then Snake will like teleport to it. So that's great. Okay, so after you skip this cutscene, just spam X. Spam your fire button.
No auto aim or anything.
No, it's just hold L1 and spam. Because if you get right side Olga, you'll hit her
nice.
immediately, right? Which is what you want. And you don't actually need to aim an FPV here. You just fire again if it's right side. So once I see she's done recovering, I just fire again. You can fire in FPV as well if you want. It doesn't. But see, I like shot her arm, which I don't want to do. This is why I just fire in third person, because Snake's gonna hit her body. I might hit her arm, right? I'll show you left side. So there's a few different ways to do this, but this is the loop. Hopefully I don't mess it up. So if you're looking, I'm aiming just a little bit. There's like this vertical metal piece. I'm aiming just a little bit to the right of that. And I wait until her head is like poking out there. And then I'm just going to shoot her repeatedly. And this is going to skip her talking to us. So, and she like ducks her head to the right, and then she pops back up. She does this repeatedly until she's done. So pops her head down, brings it back up, I fire. Pops her head down, brings it back up, I fire. That's the loop. So I just let me get left side again. Cool. So I just run forward. You can fire here if you want. It doesn't really matter. So I could get a headshot there, whatever. So I missed. I was aiming a little bit too far down. This fight is, and I think well, whatever. But this fight is all about just knowing where to aim relative to this shelving unit. That is really what you want to do. You have to study this shelving unit and know how Olga moves around it, and it will not be so hard. If you're trying to actually aim at Olga, you're doing it wrong. Does that make sense? We want to like find visual cues of where to aim rather than actually trying to aim in this game. Aiming in this game is kind of bad. We either want to auto aim or we want to have like predictable places where we aim.
Right, yeah, that makes sense, because I have definitely been trying to aim at Olga, and it has been not working.
Yeah, it's not good.
To say the least.
It's not good. We don't want to aim in this game. If we can help it, we don't want to aim. So left side, I run forward. Again, there's like this cross section right here.
That's where you're aiming for when she's at the box.
Just
kind of
the loop is a little inconsistent on this difficulty for reasons that I can't really like. She's running real fast. There's just like a weird thing about whether she spots you or not.
There.
This is why I don't like left side, but you can't get a shot when she's like ducking over there like that. And see, I'm gonna loop her again.
So it's like just kind of to the right of that sheet almost.
Yeah, it's like
tarp, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the tarp. But right side's better. You get, and right there I actually got something that's kind of hard to do, but you can get a shot on her while she's moving left, and you can do the loop from here as well.
Do you have to auto aim that, or was that still?
He will auto aim. He will auto aim himself. So all you have to do is just spam X at the start of the fight. Just spam X, and he will auto aim. So here's right side. She's gonna talk. That's fine. Part of the reason why this is faster is because she's moving less. Okay, so after she's done saying that, there's like this fat part of the metal that I'm going to aim at. Okay, I paused it. You see that piece I'm aiming at? You want to aim at that. And you're going to wait for her head to cross that. Like that. and you're going to hit her in the face. You want to hit her in the face at this point. Before we were doing body shots, at this point we want to hit her in the head. Otherwise, we're going to have to do another shot.
Hmm.
Then she can either run forward or back. So she ran back. That's slower, but that's fine. So I'm going to aim above. And as you can see, she's ducking out that side, and I just tap her. If she goes back, she can aim. She could either lean down or lean up. And if she leans up, it's just to the right of that spot I was aiming at earlier when she was running down. Where I got that cheeky shot while she was running down after she said conflict and victory. You just aim to the right of that as she pokes her head out to shoot you, and that's it.
Gotcha. Okay.
There's a lot going on in this fight. Just because it's like you have to know how she moves. And for someone like me, I kind of take it for granted because I've been running this game for years. So I just kind of know what's up. But if you're starting, it's really overwhelming with this fight. So I missed. That's fine. You probably saw where I aimed, right? I aimed like right at that cross section.
Right.
And she poked her head out from this like little box that she crouches behind. Another thing I will suggest as well with this fight is don't be too jumpy. When she's like hiding behind cover, make sure you actually see that you're going to hit her head before you fire. It's quite easy to be jumpy and then just miss. So like right there, I waited until the head popped out. Then I fire, right? Patience is key. And just knowing how she does her thing is key. That comes with time and experience. So even though we're going to talk about Olga, you know, your Olgas are going to be messy. It's okay. And as you can see, there's two different patterns. On console, if you want to like try for a different pattern, just run over here and drop down. Don't wait for her to kill you.
Right.
On PC, I just reset the area every time because BMN's trainer is really good. But so yeah, right side. I'm gonna review one more time and then move on. Actually, you know what? After this, I'm gonna let you go all the way to Olga, and then we'll continue with Tanker. That seems like a better idea.
Okay.
So I'm being a little bit too jumpy. Whatever. Just gonna run back. I'm gonna aim just a little bit to the right. Oh, she decided to. She can do a lot of different things. See, like she ran back there but didn't fire at me. She decided to run forward. I tried to go for a headshot, but I ended up hitting her shoulder. So you can be a complete goofball with this fight. The thing you don't want to have happen is for her to go over here, because then she's gonna unskippable dialogue, and then you really want to stop the fight at this point, because if you don't, you're gonna get another unskippable cutscene of her shooting the tarp, and then this fight gets really random real fast. So, it's super bad at this point. At this point, I would just run over to this side and drink her. But the idea is, and this is just a very practice-intensive fight, that you never get to that point. That you know what you're doing, and you don't ever have that problem to begin with. So, just fire immediately. Wait until you see her head approach the dot. Just gonna run back. Boom. I have one more to hit. Oh, I missed. It's fine. It's just a second cost. Okay, do you have any questions before you head over there?
No, I don't think so.
All right, fantastic. So now it's your turn. I know that Olga's a lot. Olga is a lot. Even on very easy, it's a lot.
You want me to skip straight to Olga or start?
No. You could do all Tanker. Do just you're gonna go to You're gonna go through Tanker and then get to Olga, and we'll do it a few times. How we're doing on time? It's been almost 30 minutes.
All right, let's look.
How the title for this stream says Prufr0ck versus Plywood. I hope not. This is
Oh
a
no,
collaborative effort.
that would not be good for me.
Nice trank. Very good.
Oh no, too many A's.
Too many A's. I'll mention this right now. It's completely unrelated. There's something like oddly, it's like your audio is tinny. And it's not anything that you need to stop over because the game I can hear the game just fine, but it is strange. I don't know what that is.
I might be getting a double input of it, maybe, and that's why it's. I get double two at the
It
same
sounds
time, and maybe that's what's.
very like hollow. I don't know how exactly to put it, but it's interesting.
Might also be my headset settings. I don't know.
Okay, so
Just spamming fire
you
out of
want
here.
to you want to spam the moment the cutscene's over. Well, obviously you would skip this, but you know what I
Right.
mean.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Or you miss, that's fine. So you want to run forward and then aim to the right of the oh, nice headshot. Yeah, just a little bit to the right of the vertical metal.
Oh, almost.
So yeah, you just need to aim a little bit more up. I would go and don't kill her because you want to do this again. So just go fall over the rail. You just need you're almost there. You just need to aim a little bit more higher than you're aiming, because you're getting like arm and chest shots. But you are hitting her, so that's very good. And I'm not saying that to be a jackass.
No,
That's
no,
actually
like that
very
fight
good.
just alone was. I may have gotten one Olga better than that on just like the half dozen or so full runs I've done. So yeah.
Okay, well that's progress. So are the visual cues making sense? Like, do you understand like the positioning that I'm using on my laser? Nice, you got right side. So,
Need to aim a little to the right, I think.
and I would always move up just so you have a better view of her after those first two shots, because as you can see, like
Ah.
oh,
Well, Snake, don't do it to me.
uh, 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 okay. So you just would need one more shot and she's down.
Yeah, we'll just.
I mean,
We'll just
that was
reset
just
this.
like weird movement issues. That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, after you do those first two shots on the right side, just run forward a little bit. Just tap forward, just so you're in a better position to attack her once she's done saying her dialogue.
Okay. Oh no. Oh, that'll work. No, Snake. Oh, yeah. Accidentally skipped that.
Nice.
Oh, whoops. Oh, yeah. Shouldn't have done that.
That's fine. I already see that you have a fairly good grasp on what's going on. So we'll move on because like I said, this is a very practice intensive fight. So it's kind of hard for me to like be like, yeah, you're going to be an Olga master in 10 minutes. Like you just
Right.
have to experience the fight and deal with what she can throw at you. Once you understand where she can aim, how you should aim relative to that, etc., it's not too bad.
Yeah, just having those reference points of like knowing where to shoot and where to actually aim at, as opposed to where she actually is. Reminds me of the Futurama line in the episode where they have the video game stuff. It's like, instead of aiming where I was, you should have aimed at where I was going to be.
That's
And
true.
it's like, exactly right.
That's exactly right.
It's true for Space Invaders, and it's true for MGS too.
She is random, but she's predictably random.
And you're saying she's a little more predictable on higher difficulties?
Let's not talk about higher difficulties.
Okay.
It's something.
She's something. I got it.
It's Olga. Okay, so we defeated Olga. Very good. After that, there's this very weird time save that I'll mention to you, but don't worry about this. So I unequip my gun, so I just tap R2, and then so you want to be unequipped, and then you're gonna spam your fire button as you're approaching this, and then you could potentially skip the animation while you're falling. There, you saw that? Like he just fell and kept on moving. So it's called a Dav drop. It's just a cute little time save, basically. It's worth going for just in case you get it, because it saves like a second, but it's nothing really that you need to worry about. Okay, we approach the door. And then once I turn this corner, so there is such a thing as rolling too early here. Actually, that wasn't even rolling early. Let me see if I can show you rolling too early. You want to roll down these stairs, but not so early that you break your teeth. Like that. That's too early. So you want to like get in. Don't do it like the moment you turn. A little bit after that. Okay. Another thing to mention. This is where you want to do your menu to the USP. You don't have to, but this is just where I do it. You want to do it while you're rolling because I don't know if you've noticed this, but if you like menu while you're moving. Oh, come on. There is like a little delay that can happen depending on your run cycle. So we always try to do our menus while we're rolling or cartwheeling, but we don't want to just like roll around like this because that's slower. So we roll down the stairs, menu. Very, very important you pick up this ammo. There is ammo you can pick up instead, but make sure to pick up this ammo. You do not want to miss this ammo.
I have definitely made the mistake of not picking up this ammo, and I got to guard rush, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what the
I will show you
backup
backup ammo.
for.
I will show you backup ammo, but you really don't want to miss that ammo. It's ideal. So we're gonna backtrack a little bit here.
Yeah, I always try jumping over the railing there, and I usually mess it up.
Yeah, don't jump over that railing. We will be jumping over a railing later, but not now. So once you turn this corner, you're gonna fire. So you're gonna do what we call a warning shot strat. This is like a very standard strat in Metal Gear. We call it a warning. It basically is a strat to make them not pay attention to us and call in an alert, or to like get them out of the way. So if you didn't do this, what would happen? He would see you and you get shot or get kicked. That's not good. So turn the corner, fire. bump into him. It doesn't matter. And then roll into this door. Cool.
The enemy.
And then we're gonna skip this cutscene, hug the stairs like this. This guy is gonna spot us, but he's gonna run away,
Who's that?
so it's fine. If you like turned really wide, well, that's odd. I think it's because of the lack of a cutscene, but yeah. But you want to just like hug the rail, run down, and then climb over that rail, drop down. You can basically roll the moment you drop. Like you just need to hold down for like a split moment and then you can roll.
Who's there?
So you just spam Y as you approach the that's a good freeze frame. Spam Y as you're approaching the rail, drop down, then roll down. I do my camera menu here. So up to camera. And if you have the digital camera, which you don't want it, it'll add a menu, but it's fine. Just make sure you're using the camera, not the digital camera. Do not use the digital camera for this. You want to use the camera because the digital camera is for just fun photos, but the camera is actually for the tanker.
Right.
So we menu to the camera here and then roll into that door. Okay, engine room. This area is really annoying to practice in console. It's a lot easier on PC because there is a way through the trainer to have the same room every time. But if you like continue this room, the layout's going to be different. There's two different ways to do engine room. There's the more swaggy way, and then there's the more standard way. I will show you both. The more standard way is what we do on other difficulties, by the way. So, roll into this cutscene and skip it. It's going to teleport you forward. I'm going to show you the swag way. There is a line on the floor where I am going to drop. Like I'm going to go over the rail and drop. It is right by this guard, just below him, like this. And I'm going to drop right in front of this guy. He's going to try and kick me, but I have damage frames. And then I'm going to turn, and Snake's going to auto-aim onto this guy's radio. Trank his radio. Now he's going to run out of the room and call an alert.
And I guess you flick stick towards him and then just first person shoot.
Yes. So yeah, I flick towards him, first person, and Snake's gonna just aim at the radio. I'm not adjusting. Okay. There's no adjustment there. The only adjustment is don't fire too early, where you're not actually like aiming at his head, basically. And make sure you flick towards him that you're actually auto aiming to him. Once again, we don't want to aim in this game if we can help it. And then here, this is why this is the swaggy strat. Well, I was a little bit late, but you're supposed to roll into all three of them. And this skips a cutscene where a guard comes out and is like, the repair of the engine room on the port side is complete. Then what I do here is I stand by the poster and like where the lockers meet. And then I aim down over here. Like this. Shoot the sensor and leave. So I'll show this one more time. Need to do this twice. It's just a weird thing with this trainer. You can take it out with a M9 shot if you're doing this strat. You don't need to use the gun there. And I would suggest using M9 because you have way more M9 bullets than USP bullets.
And you switch to M9 after you land or before you jump off?
You can do it. Just do it at some point before you land. Like, it could be in an earlier room. Like, after you do that warning shot strat, at some point you need to switch the M9.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll into all of them. They're going to get knocked out because it's very easy. Stand by the poster. Take your time. You might see us like take a really quick flick shot. Just take your time. Don't shoot the bomb. Like
That's the
Learn to
worst
walk.
thing I could do.
Learn to walk before you run. That is something I tell everyone learning a game. Don't just, people get this idea like they see people like, wow, look at them. It's because they have muscle memory and they're used to this. They've done this hundreds of times, right? So, okay. So that's that variant. I will show you the other variant, which is a little bit slower, but like not as weird, I guess. So I'm going to roll. I'm going to drop over here to this staircase. So it's the next line over in the floor. There's like a line in the floor. And then I drop there. This guy's going to walk. I'm going to trank and roll down the stairs. So there is no like alert being called, radio call happening now, which is, this is going to end up being slower because of this cutscene coming up. We still want to roll up those stairs. So it's faster than the other thing, and then I roll into this cutscene and then skip it. And same deal.
And that second route is faster than just like say dropping down on the guard like directly on them.
No, this is slower. This is slower because of that cutscene I just skipped. This is the slower route, but less.
But I mean,
don't
say
really
if I were to like drop from the top level directly onto the guard and knock him out coming down.
That's basically like what I just did. I'll show you that.
Like instead of shooting the radio, you actually just like drop down on top of him.
Yeah. Sometimes I accidentally do this, and then it's just like the strat previously. So you go up, and then you roll into the cutscene trigger. You want to roll into the cutscene trigger because the slowness at the end is counteracted by the fact that there's a cutscene. So,
but would this be faster than the route you showed with like rolling down the stairs? Still,
no.
Okay.
Oh,
like say you like rolling down the stairs
honestly,
and training him.
I honestly couldn't tell you. The gap
close.
is really small. I'm gonna let you know right now. This is a very small time save kind of situation. I would really just advocate do whatever you're most comfortable with. Be aware that like the second strat I showed you is what we do on every other difficulty. But the very easy specific strat is you just like run around this guard. It's kind of tricky because you're like basically doing a little zigzag out the door and then dropping right in front of this guy. And sometimes if you're like too fast, you'll trank the guard and then I'll show you this situation. Which one do you want to learn? Because I don't want to just like keep you here. Do you want to learn the swaggy way, or are you going to do the more standard way?
Probably more standard. Now that I'm looking at it, because I imagine it doesn't save a ton of time.
It's pretty minor. Like,
right.
It's not something that you really. So I'll show you the standard way. But hey, now you know your options at least. So this line that I'm approaching, there's like a line in the floor. That's where you want to drop. Mm-hmm. So you drop right by the stairs and then trank that guy, roll.
Okay,
I think you might be able to roll through him as well.
But I guess on other difficulties, you don't want to roll through.
Nah. You would want to trank then roll into him because you won't just get. So you could do that, I guess. I would probably still just trank him, trank then roll, rather than doing that. Oh, I almost forgot. Over here is some extra USP bullets. So
that's where the backup ones are.
There's some backup. There's some more backups as well later. But there's a pack there. If you lost ammo earlier, then that's where you'd go. Roll into the cutscene trigger. Skip the cutscene. Turn and fire. Okay. we'll go all the way up to guard rush, and then I'll let you meet up with me.
Okay.
I'm just gonna show you the simple thing here. I'm not gonna show you the slight time save strat. It's really not that important. So just trank this guy, roll. That's fine. Don't worry about it. The thing is that if you do this strat this way, you're gonna get an alert here. And then you would want to use auto aim to... I actually don't know if this is... Yeah, that's fine. I'll show you two different variants. I guess maybe what I should ask is, how safe do you want to be? You want to be super safe?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've seen it. Usually, I try to get it without getting that alert, and I usually end up getting it anyways, and I have to just spam tranks as I'm going to the right. But it'd be nice not to have that alert and have that guard wake up.
Okay, so I will show you a very safe variant. This is slow, but you're not going to have to deal with weird guard stuff, as long as the very easy cycle is not different from higher difficulty. So, oh, I kind of screwed that up. I forgot I had
I
my
was about to say,
USB.
hold up.
I was like, wait a minute, I'm doing the thing I do. I'm not going to show you that. Okay. You're to remain your post until that time. After that line is when you want to start tranking.
Yeah.
And then you roll past the body. And then you're going to do 6 punches here as a buffer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Run around the tambourine guard. Just listen to tambourine music. Then just run right. Yeah, and as you can see, I get past the guard while he's sleeping. Because he like wakes up and then dozes. He's like dozing. So... And then
that's
make sure to
slower
pick...
than taking the alert?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm waiting for the guard to pass by. But this is like... This is what I do on normal and like extreme. We wait for the... Because you can trank the guard and make him go to sleep immediately. On very easy. But you can learn that later and just do something that's very consistent. So you just trank the guard, roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Run around the guard. You can do 8 punches if you want. That's excessive, but you can. And then pick up this ammo and then mash Y. Okay, I'm gonna let you catch up now. Any questions?
No, I don't think so.
Fantastic.
It's spamming like unequip M9 and spam X when I come.
Yeah, you want to have your no weapon equipped and then spam square or X. Yes.
Nah, didn't quite get it.
It's not always going to happen.
Right.
I try to be like straight off as I run off the edge, but yeah, you're not always going to get it. It's not consistent.
Oops. That's fine.
Yeah, it's exactly what Prufr0ck said. It's just bonus time save.
Door. Well, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, you know, it's fine. You'll get through. And very easy, the alerts get cleared, so you're...
It's very forgiving, yeah.
Very, very forgiving. Exactly. Cool. And now, we're gonna skip a cutscene. I'm gonna drop over that rail.
Oh, wrong camera.
Yeah, and you want to roll down those stairs as well. Nice. And at some point, you're going to swap back to your USP. Roll into that cutscene trigger. Very good. Fantastic. So yeah, I just hold up on D-pad here. Don't use analog because there's not really
Yeah.
a reason to. This is a very linear area of the game. Nice. Great. I mean, you know, you're still a little bit shaky on the movement, but like that's to be expected. You got the basics down, so that's very good. Um, though I mean, you've done some runs, so I would hope so. Here's some more extra ammo if you want. It's right by this pipe.
Okay.
If you want to be like extra safe, have all the ammo. You roll like right there. I roll into this cutscene trigger.
Kind of halfway there. Okay.
Yeah, just refresh. Every time you're watching me, just refresh because it could get delayed. Okay, so Guard Rush, it's kind of like Olga. It's another one of these things where you just have to aim at the right spot. But we're going to be doing a lot of just like third person aiming. There's just like one shot that we actually try to aim for ideally, and all the rest are just we're spamming our gun. So make sure when you start the fight you don't hold a direction because you'll just go prone. He starts crouched because they expect you to kind of like hang in the back or whatever. We're going to go run face first into them. So you need to press A the moment this fight starts. Don't forget that, because if you fail that, this fight's going to become a train wreck, basically. So stand up. As this guard's coming forward, I just spam. Snake's going to kill him every time. So just trust in Snake. He will aim at that guard. Once that guard's dead, I'm going to go into FPV, and I'm going to aim for the guard in the back. This guard in the back, there's like different patterns that can happen here. This guard can stand all the way up. He could just like peek out of the corner of the box. So you could get a lot of different patterns here. I'm not used to pausing here, but the guard in the back is the one you want to kill first after this first guard. So kill the first guard. Try to get this guy in the head. If you don't, that's fine. Just make sure to kill these two in third person. So I'm holding L1 this whole time, or LB, left bumper. So, like you see, I'm not aiming in first person. I'm just letting Snake do all the work. After that guard in the back, it's the only one you need to aim at. Okay, and then after they're all dead, there's a you see where I'm aiming? I'm gonna aim there, and I'm gonna just like tap, 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 and then the guards are going to fall. It's like boom, boom, boom. That's the like rhythm. They will come out at a precise rhythm. So do 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 do. And then aim here. Tap, tap, tap. forgot to have boss practice mode on, but yeah. So, like I said, you're going to just mostly do third person shots, except for the guard and the way back. And you're good to go on that. Any questions about guard rush?
Nope, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. Once you get the rhythm down for those last 3 guards, it's cake. It's the only really tough part of that fight is getting the guard in the back.
Right, getting that headshot.
Yeah. So just to review, you press A, run forward, and hold L1 and spam X once the guard shows up. Once that guard's dead, go into first person, aim for the guard in the back. Then after you kill that guard, or if you miss, it's fine. But don't worry too much about that last guard, the guard in the back. If you fail it, make sure you kill the next 2 guards. So you go out of third person and just let Snake do his thing, and he will kill those guards. Once all those guards are killed, you aim in that spot I was aiming at and just tap, tap, tap. You're good to go. I'm not going to teach you ladder glitch because I don't think it's that important. You can learn that some other time. So just drop down like this. So drop. Just take the ladder down. You can save the 10 seconds later. It's not that hard, but I will get sidetracked and I still want to go over Harrier. Once you get down to the bottom here, I'm just going to show you the most safe stuff possible. Switch to your M9. Trank this guy. Okay, just trank him. And then you see where I'm running? I am along this like line in the floor. There's this line on the floor. You can be a little bit down from this. Tap again. This is like as far down as I'd be comfortable going. Because I'm pretty sure if I go down one more time. Oh, okay.
I was about to say, I usually run kind of in the middle when I do mine, and it's iffy, so that...
This is like we're getting into the scarier territory.
I think one more, and you probably
Yeah, that's too much. So it's like down that lane. I'm gonna just go to the bottom with ladder glitch, but you know what to do. Just don't worry about this right now. I'm just trying to get us down there. So trank this guy and just run like that. There are other strategies here, but don't worry about them right now.
Mm-hmm.
Then roll into this guard. Swap to the USP. And then go in the next room. We're going to swap the conveyor belts over. I'm going to just show you this strat. There's another strat, but I don't think it's really important to learn. So I'm going to show you hold up strat. So you're going to approach the guards.
Domino's so much more fun, though.
Oh, do you want to know Domino? I can show you Domino.
Usually what I've run is Domino.
Okay, then I'll show you how to do Domino really consistently. That's fine. Okay, you see this like circle in the floor?
Yeah.
This is not actually faster than like the fastest Domino, but this is really easy because what I'm doing here is D-pad. So I'm just using D-pad here. Then I run around this crate. And there's like a circle in the floor where the text is. And once I pass that circle, I'm going to start rolling. Or shoot the card by accident.
Bold strategy.
Very bold. Oops. All right, let's actually do this rather than shooting guards. Even though it's fun. Oh, I have the thing happening. Okay. If I reset the if I try to reset the room at the wrong time, you'll just get a cutscene loop there.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
It actually doesn't. This is a weird thing with the trader. don't think it really makes sense. It's just
one of
weird.
those things that, like, yeah, it doesn't make sense, but that fact alone, it's like, ah, yes, that kind of makes sense that it doesn't make sense.
For sure, for sure. Anyways, drink the guard. Drink the guard, roll into that guard. Once you get past the door, roll into the door. Do this whole thing on D-pad. Makes it very simple. Hug the box, and then once you're past the circle, roll. So roll, roll, roll. And you'll roll past all the guards. Roll, roll, roll. Run around the right. And you want to equip the camera while you're rolling there, just so you can have the camera equipped right now. That way, you're good. All right, I'm going to show you actually, I should just ask, how are you taking the pictures here? Are you doing 3-spot or 2-spot? Are you
I'm doing
taking...
2-spot.
Oh, okay.
And I've gotten, at least the last 2 runs was consistent. I usually pull up, I've got screenshot of like all 4 of them together. And
Then I don't really need to really teach you anything here. You're probably know where to stand and where to aim, but I'm showing it right now. Pretty straightforward. Make sure to press circle to skip that, and then mash triangle here or Y, because it actually skips this dialogue faster. All this text. So mash
almost
Y
like
there.
a codec.
Yeah, actually, it's a good way to think of it. Okay. Now I'm gonna let you finish up Tanker, and then I'm gonna let you do Tanker all together after that, and then we're gonna go over Harrier.
Okay.
The texture is
Pull up my notes here. Okay. I did the thing.
Yep. If you want to think of it a certain way, like the same button you skip the cutscene with, you want to tap it once once the cutscene's over. Okay, so if they're ever like standing to the sides like this, then you want to aim in first person, because Snake's
Makes
not going to aim. Yeah. There is USP ammo in the back. The reason why we want to use the USP over the M9 here is because guards falling asleep take longer to disappear than guards that die. So that's just something to mention.
Gotcha. It's just in the back here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I think I forgot to pick it up before.
It's okay.
Before I went in.
Snake, are you in yet?
Cool.
Don't worry. He's not going to do anything. Oh yeah, you want to hold X there so you don't prone.
Makes sense.
Nice. Really well done.
Oh well.
The opposition from
Good.
the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air background.
Good.
You don't have to aim that much to the right for that picture.
Okay.
I will mention this as well. 2-spot is only faster than 3-spot if you're good at it. That is something I have to mention. Like it's
Is it slower
not
otherwise?
well, like you have to take your pictures quickly, because if you can take your pictures more quickly with 3-spot than 2-spot, why bother with 2-spot? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But you just have to get used to it. That's all. Okay, so do a soft reset, and then I'm gonna let you do all of Tanker, and then we can review that way. Unless you want to just move on, and we'll do Tanker later with the full run. That's fine too.
Yeah, we could probably just do Tanker with the full run, I think.
That's fine. Okay. All right. So
Should
we are
achieve it.
about an hour in. I just want to check in and see how you're feeling about the teaching process.
No, yeah, it's going very well. Like, I mean, like I said earlier, I'm already kind of noticing, like, you know, noticeable changes in like how I typically have done runs, and then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is going much smoother now when I have these reference points. So this has already
Awesome.
been very helpful.
Awesome. Okay. So what is not awesome is Harrier.
Not at all.
Harrier is a very hard fight. It is the hardest boss in the game, just period. I would say it's the hardest boss on VE, hardest boss on normal. I mean, you could make some arguments, but for Raise, but obviously Raise is a joke on this difficulty once you understand how to aim. So I'm gonna show you what I consider to be a very good beginner-oriented strat that it can still be very fast. I use this setup, a variant on this setup, and it's just as fast or a little bit slower than like the fastest setup. So, and I consider this a lot easier. So, I actually have a full video tutorial on this as well, so I'm not going to like Yeah, you know what? I was about to do this whole demo thing. Here's what we're gonna do, folks. I'm gonna do a demo of what I do here, Pruf, and then I'm going to
Mhm.
tell you to go watch my tutorial, because I think that's like a fully edited tutorial, and it can show you how I do all this. But I will show you how this works. I will demo this right now, and then I will send you the video. It's about 4 minutes long. And then you can come back and ask questions if you have any of them. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Fantastic. So I'll end up being very long-winded if I do this live. So first thing, run forward and switch to the stinger. And get 3 shots. You can do 2 shots here. That's what I would suggest learning. So you just do 2 shots on the Harrier. Go pick up this ammo pack. Line up along this rail. Turn. Skip the cutscene. Wait until you see the lock-on appear. Fire. Fire. Aim around here. Wait for the... Oh my gosh. Pausing is bad. And just do this again. Oh. Messed up my setup. That's fine. I'll just show 2 shots. Harrier goes into random spots in the sky. It's okay. Just try to follow him. Follow it. I'm right there. Okay, so that's the goal. Um, you're not necessarily going to get that your first time because you just have to understand all the component parts of the fight. I'm going to send you my tutorial right now, and I will let you watch it. I know that's not for anyone's like, but you're supposed to do it live. I've done plenty live, but I have a fully edited video and it's has like visual cue stuff and it's just gonna be easier to watch.
Makes sense.
Because I like, have lines and stuff and circles. So I'm gonna send this to you and I'm going to be quiet and just show the Harrier over and over again for chat. Actually, if you have any questions while you're watching, feel free to ask them to me.
Okay.
Right. What's wrong? Right. 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 Catch. Right. Catch. Right. Catch. Right. Catch. Right. Catch.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, just got done.
fantastic.
Seems to all make sense. Yeah, I guess it's just about executing it all.
Yeah, so for your purposes, I would suggest just doing the 2 shots because the that in between shot that does like the half damage is a bit tricky.
Mhm.
And then you can like graduate to that additional shot once you're comfortable with that. But like the thing that's beautiful about this setup is like doing 2 shots at the start is really not that hard. Doing 5 shots is a lot more difficult and requires a lot more precision, comparatively speaking, which is the other setup where you do 5 shots when the fight starts. So this is why I suggest this for beginners personally, because like doing 2 shots is just very simple. Um, the only thing I will mention, and I can show this to you right now on stream. So if you're watching, I will
Mhm.
show this to you. So let's say you have like a really bad Harrier. So I'm gonna do 2 shots. I'm gonna fumble a lot intentionally here.
Use this.
So I'm gonna get these shots. This shot looks a lot harder than it actually is, by the way. It looks really cool, but honestly, it's not that bad. Just watch that health bar. So I'm gonna just pretend like I missed all these shots for some reason. And just drop down here. You don't ever want the fight to take this long, but let's just assume you do. One thing to mention about the die shots, by the way, is I press X, then I press square. Like you don't want to press them at the same time. Well, now this is really going to be slow because I paused. You don't want to pause there. I think he's on the other side. Yeah.
I'll let you go out in style.
If I were actually doing it like this, I would actually be standing closer to the pillar. That way I could duck out of the way. I was going to show you how this whole thing works, but then I got completely
More ammo.
messed up by my pause. Let me do this one more time. But at least you can see me do this over and over again. And like I said, this is
Use this.
just this fight is just very practice heavy. I don't know why I'm moving. Well, I am demoing screwing up, so don't move. Just want to rotate around in FPV. Aim at the clouds. X then square, or A then X in your case. You really want to have radar on here, that way you can actually see where he's flying as well. That helps.
I'll let you go out in style.
Just as you saw, like all I'm doing is moving from one side to the other, depending on which side he went to. So if he went over to the right side for the I'll let you go out in style. We call it the style, of course. The style shots. If he's on the right side, go over here. If he's going left, go over here. And then you can get 2 shots in as long as you time it out right. You can even get a shot as he's flying over, but again, you should never get to that point anyways. Just make sure to focus on getting the early parts of it well and good. So I think we'll spend the next 10 minutes or so with you working this out. And if you have questions um, or adjustments, I can help you out with that. Okay.
Okay.
Tanker took a while, but that's because I'm very detailed and wordy.
Oh, this is sensors first. Okay.
That's fine. What I do for sensors is I literally like walk forward and then I swap to
Grip.
the rifle, and then I shoot the sensor that's right in front to the left and then go up to the cipher, personally. But there's a lot of different ways to do the sensors. It's not like a one-size-fits-all thing. In your case, I would probably suggest just go for the cipher first. After you shoot the cipher, what you want to do is double tap right trigger. That way your aim goes down and you don't have to like scroll slowly. But I wouldn't worry about this too much. It's no big deal. And make sure don't finish the fight. Do not finish the fight or else you'll have to do this whole thing all over again.
Right, yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Oh, you actually got the halfway shot, but without the third shot, which is worse. But good job getting that halfway shot. So once you see the Harrier fly over that strut like that, you're done. You need to set up for the die shots.
Gotcha. Okay.
As you can tell, this fight goes fast and
I was just gonna
furious.
try and drop off here, just to get a reset.
This fight goes fast and furious. So
Answer me! Jack? Jack!
I appreciate the fact that you are a badass and going for.
I thought about it. You fall down, or I forget what to do here.
No, you swing your aim around and get a shot while the Harrier's flying over your head. If you want, I can show you the second part again. Would you like me to do that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was just trying to
Okay.
get to the point here.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay,
All right, are you
refresh. Okay.
cool. All right. Da, 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 da. In the video, I say don't change your aim, but I'd suggest it because, you know, there's no real harm in tapping right anyways.
Okay.
Okay, so after these two shots, don't go out of aim. You want to stay in aim.
Just pull it
Don't
to
go
the
in
left.
don't go in third person. You're gonna hold left and flick over. Oh my gosh, freaking pausing screws everything up. But anyways, you can do this without pausing. Pausing messes up stingers, so don't pause.
Does it mess them up when they're in flight or something?
Yeah.
Interesting. Should be getting about 4 shots there.
I aim down just for memes, but you should just aim at the clouds.
Yeah.
That was just me being like, I know this is gonna land. I'm a badass, but you should actually just aim at the clouds.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
I thought I was just playing for myself for a moment.
For the
It's
love
the kind
of
of
the
thing I would do during a race just to meme on the opponent, but
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Let me give it another try.
swing your aim over in first person, then you aim at the these clouds, those clouds. Don't fire there. Oh no. Don't fire a fourth time, because then you're going to get a completely different pattern. Yeah, you're just like a little bit delayed. And there is no time for delays in this fight.
Oh.
You essentially want to get this fight to the point where it is complete and utter muscle memory. There's no thinking involved.
All right, see, that's my problem. In my head, I'm just thinking about every step, and once I get it to where it's muscle memory, yeah, it'll probably be a lot easier.
Yeah, once you fire that second shot, when he's like off in the horizon, you need to move you need to move your aim immediately. Okay, you moved. You got a shot off there, so that's good. Once he starts zipping like that, you need to stop aiming at him. He's gone. You cannot hit him again. Okay. At that point, you need to set up your aim for the die shots. Because the stinger will not track him when he's zipping around like that.
What's going on? Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
And chances are, when you do your run in a little bit, like, this fight's not going to go well, and that's fine. But you got the gears turning. That's the important part. A little bit too delayed on that shot. Once the health has depleted, once his health is fully depleted, then you want to fire the shot. And a little bit too delayed on the die.
Yeah.
But you actually got the hit. Nice. I thought it was delayed. You actually landed it. That was impressive.
Right. Come in. Right. Right.
And if this fight feels frustrating, it is.
Definitely feels that way, so I'm glad I have the right feelings.
Okay, you're now going to get a different pattern because
Yeah,
you
I was
did...
about to say, yeah, I should have been aiming like here. I got the 3 full shots, maybe?
Yeah, you got 3 full shots. So you have to recognize that if you get 2 full damage shots to start, don't fire again.
Jack, please answer.
Because I did not teach you the other setup stuff.
Right, so you don't want to get 3 full, you want 2 or
No.
2.5.
You either do and 2 or 2.5. 3, not good.
Gotcha. Okay.
Part of the reason why he starts flying so slowly is that overhead shot. That's part of it.
Didn't get that. What were you saying?
Part of the reason why he stops flying so fast is because of the overhead shot. So that overhead shot is really key, and I think you just need to recognize the visual cue a little bit better of where to aim. Um, and that might help you a little bit because you're like aiming really north for some reason. Okay. Maybe the best thing for me to do now is to just show it one more time, and then we'll just do a full run. I know this is like kind of stifled, given that like it's like I want to know more. I want to do Harrier. It'll take time. This is just like one of those fights where you have to like review and just do. But here's the thing: when you get this fight down, when that happens, you have not only conquered like one of the hardest parts of this run, you will be saving a lot of time. This is one of those fights that are very punishing if you are slow, basically. Like the delta between fast and slow is huge in this fight.
Hmm.
So, out of like all the boss fights to get down, this is actually one of the most important ones because
Right,
of
you can
that.
lose so much time.
Exactly. So, I will show it one more time, and just try to narrate, and then we will go into your full run. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Fantastic. And by the way, if you want to come back on the channel and learn from me or Limes or someone else, like that is totally fine too. Obviously, like 90 minutes to talk about this run it's just not enough. Like we spent like an hour or like 40 minutes on tanker, right? So we didn't even talk about plant. But while you do your run, I can tell you stuff and try to help you and be like, well, you can try it this way next time. So see, I did 2 full shots and I know I can't do the third. So I just accept it, move on, lean against this rail, turn, skip this cutscene immediately. So I'm just tapping X while I'm in FPV. Fire. Fire, begin turning. Aim above that cloud. Wait for the health bar to go down. Fire, fire. Once that missile is going, I'm aiming over here, okay? Once he's over that strut, stop trying to shoot at him. Like you can't do it anymore. Don't bother. He's gone. You can get like a few shots in and that's it. It's like 2 max 3. You can't do any more than that. And that's if you're fast, right? So I'm going to aim at these clouds, which are like above the strut. X then circle, or not X then circle, A then X. That's not even right on a damn PlayStation controller. It's X then square or A then X. Yeah. So really, once you drill into your head where to aim for that overhead shot and the die shots, it's not that bad. But this is a fight that really does require quick movement and no hesitation because the windows of opportunity are pretty small. Especially if you were to do the other strat, which has you do 5 shots at the start. There is like no hesitation there. It is all go in Harrier. And because you're playing on Xbox, so like different versions of this game have lag, right? So like you'll have lag when you fire the stinger. If you're running PS2, there'd be like a lot of lag in this fight, and you could actually think about all your shots because it takes that much time for the
I've seen
game to like.
PS3 Vamp, and I'm like, wow, that looks so easy.
Yeah, the lag. Well, honestly, I think the lag it kind of hurts you in Vamp. Oddly enough, it sounds weird, but once you get used to the rhythm, with no lag, I think it's easier than dealing with the lag. If that makes sense. But for Harrier, I think it's kind of the reverse. Um, the stinger lag makes you be able to like, okay, I did that shot. Now I'm going to do this shot. Now I'm going to do that shot. With no lag, it's all go. So that can make it really intimidating and overwhelming. But I assure you that you are capable of doing it. It'll just take time.
Gotcha. Okay. Any chance I have a time for a restroom break before we start?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
call?
go ahead. We
Cool.
will take a few minutes here, and we'll be right back, folks. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are going to be doing a full tanker plant run, very easy with Prufr0ck. Are you excited? I know I'm excited.
I'm excited.
All right, so how much nitpicky nonsense do you want me to throw at you?
Oh yeah, feel free to backseat as much as you can. I want.
I will generally speaking just focus on the big stuff.
Okay.
So if I notice things that are because like minor stuff, it just gets overwhelming after a while. But give me a hot countdown and we'll be on our way.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
And the timer is actually running this time. Isn't that
Ooh, let's
fantastic?
go.
I know. It's like we have some level of production around here. So now we're going to put all that tanker learning to the test. And
All right, let's
We didn't get to go over too much over guard rush, but hopefully you feel a little bit more confident in your tanker play, even though it is just like the first 7 minutes of the run or so. Like, nice. if
Don't know
the
how he
guard,
didn't see me, but
the very very easy guards are very blind. It was like facing out.
missed the roll.
It's all good. Just as a general movement thing, and this is not really specific to Solid 2, this is just kind of goes for speedrunning in general, is try to hug your corners as much as possible. You know, have the most straight, clean lines to wherever destination you're going to. Having that in the back of your mind is just good practice. Okay, we got left side Olga. We want to wait for her to... Nice headshot. Let's see if you can get that loop. Nice.
So close.
That was really good, though. That was, you know, you just missed that last shot, but still, like, the core stuff was there.
No, don't do that. That'll work. I'll take it.
A-okay. But I already see the blossoming of your Olga. You're looking a lot sharper. No. Whoa, look at this guy. He got dab drop. Damn. We got ourselves a badass over here. Very nice. It looks really weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, and it feels really weird doing it. Oh, just go out the door. Oh, just go out this way. Ah.
Wiggle, wiggle. Thankfully, you did not get kicked, so that's the... Getting kicked is like huge time loss.
Yeah, like I'll take a shot. I'll take a bullet
The
over.
shot, the shot is way... The shot you lose like 0.7. Kick is like... I don't know, it's like 3 seconds or something. It's bad. A good thing to do as well, to get more comfortable at tanker is just tanker on its own, and just like practice tanker, and you'll get better and better at it the more you do it. Just do an individual level of tanker, and you know it only takes like 7 minutes or whatever, and you know you go through a whole run of it. And it's just
maybe it
fun
takes
on its
you
own.
7 minutes.
No, you will be able to do this in 7 minutes. What you want to aim for is 6 minutes, but that's way in ahead. I'm giving you an extra minute. That's how much confidence
Generous.
I have in you. I'm very generous. Never forget that. Plywood is generous. Yeah, so make sure you use D-pad for this area. No need to use analog and get all wiggly waggly.
Well, yeah, that's actually me using my D-pad and kind of getting the angle lined up.
You should be able to just hold up the moment you enter the room.
Yeah, that's where I'm messing up.
Yeah, there's no need to like coordinate, you know, and pull out the abacus or the protractor. Just hold up. Same here is a good well, assuming you don't pick up those bullets, you just hold right, then down. All right, Godspeed. If you need to move, because like if this guard's on this right side, you need to like move to the edge and get a better vantage point on him.
Oh, first time I've done that.
Wow, nicely done. Good rhythm. Very good.
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear.
Good positioning on the drop.
So do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the U.S.'s nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives. We initiated development of Metal Gear Red.
Trank the
Okay.
guard.
To these pirated
Ooh.
I'll take it.
The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another. With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are
We start rolling once we get past that circle on the floor. Nice. Nicely done on the domino.
Missed the camera. That's fine.
That'll happen. Don't feel too bad about that. It's like really, it's like in fighting game terms, I don't know if you've ever really played many fighting games or like Tekken, but there's like this tilde. Like tilde's like a really fast input, so it's like A tilde left trigger. So it's like immediately after you roll, you press left trigger. Again, that last shot you do is not as precise as you think it is. It doesn't have to be like, you don't have to like aim exactly at the armpit. Like I just kind of
Okay.
scroll right and then press the photo button once I'm like aiming over its head. And you want to mash Y here, just like the codec, like you mentioned earlier. Okay, so that was a roughly
Oh no.
it's all right. I've been there. I think I was there like the other night. I did that.
Happens to the
Don't
best
feel
of us.
bad. Yeah, it happens to everyone. So that was a 8-minute tanker.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. Make sure to skip this text. So yeah, a goal for you to aim for is for a 7-minute tanker, which I think is very attainable. You just have to get used to a few things. Mostly the guard rush. The guard rush was, just have to get used to how to aim there, and you'll be sailing in no time. Okay, so I know we didn't really talk too much about plant, but I will start talking some things just about right and movement. So, uh, as you may know, the cartwheel or aerial, it does save time. It saves 0.05. However, a bad cartwheel slash aerial will lose a second. So the thing I will tell you is just don't even bother. Like, honestly, don't even bother. It's sort of like a walk before you run thing. Focus more on just having clean movement rather than like trying to stuff in cartwheels all over the place. The
Yeah.
best
Okay.
place to cartwheel is in like straightaways, so like the bridges. If you're like running down a very long bridge, that's a good place to do cartwheels, right? Because you're not like turning or anything. Okay. This is exciting. I don't know what's in store for me.
Straight from the D-Limes tutorial video.
Very
Nope,
nice.
didn't quite get it. It works. Caution
Yeah.
apparently gets the elevator down quicker.
Yes, you do not want to be an alert here.
I've gotten it before perfect, where he doesn't actually see me, but didn't quite get it that time.
Yeah, there's a few different ways you can approach this area. You could just like sit in the back of the room and let him move around and then go to the elevator. No big deal. So that was an example of a cartwheel I would not suggest going for, because you're going wide. Like you want to run directly for the fence. There is a
Right.
cartwheel that goes into the fence, but I would just say don't worry about that. Just run straight for the fence. There you want to start cartwheeling like the moment you gain control. So just roll down the stairs.
Did you like that one?
I did. I really did. That was fun.
Bottom walkway this first time, right?
Yes, bottom walkway, correct.
Oh, come on, come on, come on.
Okay. So what I would suggest is
Not
after the
bad.
first. Well, you didn't get kicked, so I mean that was fine. This was funny looking.
I don't think I was supposed to unequip M9 there.
Oh yeah, there's a menuing setup. I'm not even bothering talking about that. That's just saved like a fraction of a second. But so you roll and then trank the guard, then roll again. Don't do 2 rolls, because then you could get into that weird, awkward situation you were in right there. But yeah, like I said, the best thing to do is to stop. Just stop rolling.
It's so fun.
I know it is really fun, but so let me tell you a little story since we're in a little bit of a slow part of the run. Um, everyone who starts running this game, or I did, I was like, yeah, man, rolling is so much fun. But it really, really doesn't save much time, and most of the time you lose time from it. So like over time, we have, as a community, become way more skeptical of rolling, and
It's about that swagger, though.
you're right, but the swagger, there are certain cartwheels that are really swaggy and they actually do save time rather than just um rolling to roll. So
Go big or go home, my guy. That's the
hey, if you watch my runs, I kind of follow that mindset with cartwheeling, and it sometimes backfires hardcore. But yeah, I only say that to just like try to build good habits in you. Like anyone I teach in any speed run, um, just focus on general movement before anything else. Oh, for anyone who's wondering, Prufr0ck is running on a Series X, correct?
yes, I am.
Yeah.
And obviously, I have no frame of reference for like load times as far as what they should be, but
They're fast. They are very fast. Maybe
okay,
not
I
as
just trank
fast
the
as-
guard here because it's easier. Before I do this, I probably should let him, come over here to me first, but
Yeah, you want to just like drop immediately and then spray the bomb and then switch from the spray to the gun and then shoot him, but it's fine that way as well. It's just slower. I mean, all this stuff, I will note what you're doing that is wrong, but like keep in mind some of this stuff really doesn't matter as much as your boss fights. Boss fights come first, always. After you trank that guy, you want to roll up the stairs, like into
Gotcha.
him. If I'm remembering correctly, I think so. I do a completely different route here, so please be patient with me.
Oh yeah, no problem.
So I'm trying to like remember the fun, goofy stuff. But you seem to have a fairly good grasp of what you're doing here. You know, little uneven, but nothing that can't be corrected with some adjustment. This is a good place to use D-pad as well. I use D-pad for that setup to spray the bomb.
Oh, what's
It's
my
like after
right?
that cutscene, I use all D-pad, and then I just hold up, and then I don't have any like weird slight angle adjustments. It's very predictable. Another area where you really should use D-pad is the EF bridge. I highly recommend using D-pad on EF bridge.
Yes. Yes, I believe you're right. I run along the right side here, right? Kind of. I mean, off on the creaky panels and then to the right side of that pillar.
Yeah, you go down the middle, you cross over at the shadow, and then you run down that like brown grate, and then you cross around just like that. Yep. There's a faster setup, but again, not that relevant right now. That is a-okay, and that's something plenty of people go for that way. It's not like that's out of the ordinary or anything like that. It's very standard. Spraying, as you probably know, is a little bit slower on Xbox because you have to use the analog because I
It's
don't
so
know.
annoying.
It's so dumb. So it does lose time, but you make it up for in loads and lack of lag. So
Whoops.
yeah, this room is a bit tricky. Because it's very easy to get kicked by that guard. As one of the trickier rooms of this route.
See if I can get my coolant rises.
You want to make sure you're moving up. So you press R2, A, R2, R2, A, R2. There's a few different ways to set up that spray. So I'll just mention that. This room, by the way, this is one of the hardest rooms in the game, if you ask me. To actually like get down and be really optimal with, it's very tough. So if it feels weird, don't worry. It feels weird for literally everyone.
Gotcha. That room I actually feel a little more confident in, just getting the coolant rises down. I usually just try to line up my knees with the white line there. Is it top walkway? Nope.
Bottom.
Nope. Well, I guess it would have just been faster to just go up the top and trank them. Once I was already going that way.
You take the top when you're coming back.
That's right.
Yep. Another thing for you to work on, which again will just come with time, is just knowing where all these codecs are. That'll help a lot. Good job tranking that guard.
There we go.
Yeah, you want to turn towards like the locker, I guess, and then you want to skip that cutscene of the like, oh, it's the bomb, because we know what it is. Thankfully,
Like, yeah, you know, that thing that you're looking for, you know?
the thing you've been looking.
I found
for
it.
Oh, there it is. Good job.
Right there.
Good job recognizing that you are crouch, but not so good on that cartwheel. Completely pointless. The reason we cartwheel into the door earlier is because it goes into a cutscene trigger, but after that point, you don't want to do it.
Nice.
Yeah, there is a seam there, by the way, as you can tell. You don't want to go around the table like that, by the way. You're going the long way around in the kitchen. You want to
Can
go
you go
right.
through the table? Oh, right. Okay. You said you don't want to go around it, and I'm like, wait, can I go through it? Can I go over it? Is there another way?
That's
This
a new one for
hidden
me.
glitch I haven't
It's like,
familiarized myself with.
man,
Oh, that was a bad route.
that'd be cool. Table skip. No,
What?
you go. Yeah, you go around it the other way. Oh, you're a hoot. That is funny.
Subcyber.
By the way, you want to spray that bomb in the bathroom first, then go pick up the sensor.
Oh, I thought if you go pick up the sensor.
If you're watching D-Lime's tutorial, it's a little bit outdated, but
God damn it,
the basic.
D-Lines.
I know it's a little bit old. Hey, we've done a lot for this route, okay? But yeah, so it's a second faster. Yeah, I think it's like a second or something. The reason is when you leave that room, there's like this moment where you can't move, right? And then like the codec happens where they're like, "Oh, you got to get to strut A." If you freeze the bomb, then pick up the bomb, or freeze the bomb, then pick up sensor B, you will avoid that. Don't cartwheel up those stairs.
What cartwheel?
Hmm.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And see, and that's where you actually see you got it all wrong. You want to
See,
cartwheel
yeah.
onto that platform.
That makes sense.
Yes, because you're cartwheeling into a trigger. If I counted all the times you've had failed cartwheels, it really could be you will lose a minute in this run just from that. I'm not even kidding you. We're getting to that point. It may make me sound like a hard ass, but I really do agree with
Oh, come on. Never miss this.
oh, crouch. If you can't see the bomb, just crouch.
Yeah.
Because then you should be able to get a viewpoint on it. I try to be like fairly close to the edge, but not so close to the edge that I'm gonna turn into the water. And what I do after I freeze that bomb is I hold down left after unequipping the spray. Like I hold down left in that cutscene and then walk away because you don't want to fall in the water. You lose like 5 seconds by doing that. It's really annoying.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet, thankfully.
Oh, we didn't talk about fortune, but we'll see how you handle this. So that's the right start. Well, this is definitely a strategy. This is not the fastest way to do this fight, but this is not bad. Oh, you
It's
actually
a
are
way.
going to the barrels. Okay. Yeah, there is a setup where we basically go to the barrels much earlier than you are. Oh, you need to get off the barrel. You're gonna get blown up.
This is fine. This is fine. We're just going back here.
Okay. Good call.
It's fine.
Yeah, you don't actually die from the barrel on very easy. If you were I think even on normal, it'll kill you. On extreme, if you stand next to that barrel as it explodes, it just kills you immediately. So the moment I see anyone standing by that barrel, I
Oh,
freak
no.
out. I'm like, move
Don't
away.
do it.
Don't do it.
All right. 9 times out of 10, I hit this mine.
Good luck.
Thanks.
This movement is kind of hard to teach. You just have to be good.
Well, I
Oh,
got
look at
damage
that!
cancel on the first one, but
Yeah,
then I
and then
messed it up.
you curve too hard.
Mhm.
You gotta hug that fence. Don't cartwheel too early there, because then you'll get caught on the
On the top part there.
the top part. Yep. I watch Raiden's head, and once I just like see his head, don't cartwheel there either.
Oh no, I don't need to do that.
Ugh.
Sometimes I'm just pressing buttons.
I know the
Oh, I
feeling.
always mess this up. Yep, should have coolant first.
No, you don't
Take
use
that.
coolant. You wanna trank this guy.
Okay.
Either trank him or just take the shot. Don't roll into him,
Whoop.
because you'll get kicked. There is a more recent lethal setup that is better than whatever Lime shows in his video. We didn't get to that point, but it exists. I just want to let you know that it exists.
Gotcha. Okay. Nice.
uh, should have tally marks. See, this is a good place for cartwheels.
Yeah, I
You're
literally
not
just
doing
turned my
it.
brain off.
It's all good.
I didn't get away either. That's
I,
fine.
I I have to do a little bit of teasing. That's part of the fun of the show. Just a little bit of teasing.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, this is interesting. Well, that
come on.
works. Oh. I always wait until you hear that audio cue. Okay, so if you learn the other setup, you can save at least 13 seconds. We'll call it 10 on Fat Man, but you know that the way you did that works too. Once you hear the click of that final bomb, you want to go out of the coolant and then try to start moving down.
Mm.
Ideally with a cartwheel. Hey, the thing you like.
Yeah, I love those.
Yeah, they're great. Strategic cartwheeling, baby. All right, so I have to ask, do you actually have splits open right now? Do you have
I do
splits?
not.
Okay. Well, I'll let you know right now that you are at 29 minutes 30 seconds.
Nice. Yeah, I think I'm on a pretty good pace. Relative to my PB, which is like 129.58, I think.
I think you're gonna crush it.
Nope, wrong one.
I think just thanks to knowing how to deal with rays will help a lot. As
Oh,
long as
yeah.
I didn't just jinx you.
I'm gonna go to the EF bridge. That's right. I need a cartwheel there.
Yep, EF bridge. We're gonna go to shell 1 core. Cool.
Yeah, I forgot to hold codec there. That's fine.
A-okay. That'll come with time.
Oh, wrong one.
That cartwheel into the roll is not... It's not great because, like, you go really wide from the turn. So what I do is I just equip the AK, even though it's... You'd think, like, it's slower. Like, you're not going wide around the corner is the difference.
Ooh, bad one.
Ooh. Another one
And I
from
don't
my
know the
failing
Claymore
arts.
strat here yet.
That's all good. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Yep. I'm afraid of that. Well,
No,
this is
no,
where my run dies.
You don't be if a guard sees you like that, you can't be cartwheeling into them. You need to shoot them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem was you were like really off on your cycle because you were
Mhm.
cartwheeling into walls. But, you know, you still got out, so. You need to knock way faster than that. Otherwise, this guard walks rather than runs. It loses several seconds.
Yeah. I usually I end up hitting like I think square or something or X instead of B. That's why it's so slow there.
Gotcha. And ideally, oh, excuse me. Ideally, you would also remove your BDU. So you'd press LT and RT at the same time because the load takes longer if you have the BDU on because of the
Yes.
cutscene. It's the old lady spawn.
Where is he?
That's because it's like 10 o'clock or whatever.
No, wrong one.
There is a strategy here that involves pause buffering, which abuses the in-game time. Just like spam pause and look around.
Hmm.
It's something I do. Some people don't like it because you're like abusing how the timer works in the game, but I try to get every opportunity and advantage I can in the run, so I personally do
sense.
it. Yep. Again, you want to make sure you're not in the BDU when you talk to Ames. It's fine. You can be in the room with no disguise on. This
Okay.
is something to think of for next time because you do lose a couple seconds by having the BDU on here. Obviously, you need to have it on for the very end. Like you have to switch it, put it on, but you don't have to have it on when you're talking to Ames. Okay.
Might not have been ideal.
No. You want him to spot you. You press the elevator button. After you've pressed the elevator button twice, then you shoot him.
Do I move counterclockwise through here?
Clockwise. You're
That's
trying
what
to
I
get
thought.
out.
Yeah,
You're
but
going the long way. You're taking the scenic route. I
for
appreciate
some
that.
reason I have it in my notes to like get ammo going the long way. No, go away. I don't want that ammo, but
And then you would cartwheel down those stairs.
oh wait, I'm supposed to go south.
Yeah,
No,
we gotta go pick up the PSG-1.
this is not my best.
Eh, we all start somewhere.
And yeah, back up to the 1-2 connecting bridge, right?
That's right. And then we're gonna face off against your favorite boss,
My favorite boss.
big ol' Harrier. So I mean, some chunk of this is just like remembering the routing, and by routing I mean like where you're going and the codex and that kind of thing. And that's like the easy stuff. Once you get that down, that's just, the memorization game of being used to how the game is. So as long as you stick to it, that stuff will come with time and you will save a lot just from that. Even if your movement is bad, your bosses are bad, whatever, it doesn't matter. Routing always comes first. Like, oh, I need to go this way, not that way. I need to pick up this item, not that item. That kind of stuff.
Right. Should carve there.
I haven't asked before. Have you run any other games?
I started running Kingdom Hearts 1 about a month or two ago, but that was the first game I started speedrunning. And I started this
Gotcha.
about maybe a week or two ago.
Gotcha.
Oh, whoops. No, come back. Oh yeah, get in the habit of doing that. Oh yeah.
Chances are, I would say this run is easier than Kingdom Hearts. I don't know much about Kingdom Hearts speedrunning, but I would imagine that Kingdom Hearts is a little bit harder than this.
Yeah, it's definitely longer. Like world record is a little over 2 hours. So it's definitely longer, and there are less breaks built in, honestly. You kind of get something like the auto scroller you get with Emma, but it's nowhere near as long in Kingdom Hearts.
Right. No.
Oh, I did it wrong.
You did 3 full shots. You can set up for the die shots, though. Set up for the die shots in the clouds. Don't try to you cannot do this. You cannot do that.
Not ideal.
Nope. Yeah, you have to recognize 100%. You have to recognize if you've done 2 full damage shots, or else you're going to screw yourself. He's flying around to your rear. The other way.
Oh, missed that shot.
You had the right idea, though.
It's fine.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it was basically to be expected. You just have to... This fight just takes a lot of work. But you don't really sound all that frustrated, so...
No,
You
I'm
seem
not.
pretty chill about all this, so that's good. Some people get very easily frustrated. They're like, "Why don't I already get it?" Okay, you're angling way too deep there.
To the left, yeah.
Way too deep. Like, you can't clear the gap. You got to aim a little bit more straight. Better. Much better. If you try to... Oh my word. All right, so you want to make sure you're rolling along the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
First time for everything.
That's all good. Is this a training session? Yes. So I'm No Rookie is a series that we have on the channel where we teach people runs in the series.
God, I keep using D-pad and I keep messing up there. You
I
just
would
stick
do-
with my
yeah, I
analog
would do-
stick.
Stick to the analog and just roll along the wall. Yeah, so I'm No Rookie Sinister is a series on this channel where we teach people games in the series. If anyone is interested in learning a game, I think this is the right command. Is it
Oh,
rookie?
okay.
There is some command. I know it exists. But you can learn one of these games with one of the coaches. Doesn't matter what game it is. We have coaches for most of the games in the series. Oh, it's
Yeah, unequip my chaff.
Capital R rookie. There we go.
Oh, I didn't equip my chaff. Ah.
Oh, the
Missed
command's
that.
not on. That's so weird. That's
Ow,
why.
ow.
Yeah, I equip the chaff while I'm rolling at some point.
Okay. It's not letting me do my...
You
unequip.
probably have the stinger on previous. That's
I
why.
sure do.
Yep. There is a way to deal with that. Once you clear that big box, you want to stand back up. You don't want to keep on like sidling crouched. One thing I'll caution you about right there when you did that drop, that last rail drop, you just be careful that you don't drop so early that you fall in the water.
I'm doing stuff the first time tonight.
You are wiggle waggling, wiggly piggly. You got to hold that angle. Which I really don't know how a series controller feels. Maybe there's a little bit of ooh, that was a bit early. It still worked, but I would in general suggest to do your cartwheels later rather than earlier with these gaps, because the earlier you do it, it's not like you can't do it early, but you kind of put yourself at risk.
Okay.
So I pay attention to like Ryan's feet. Which makes sense, right? Like I'm watching that I don't just run off an edge. That way I know like I'm approaching it well.
Every time.
Oh, here's a little tip around that. Don't start moving until you see Raiden.
Okay.
Because if you just hold the direction, you'll go back on the panel.
And yeah, I'm not playing on a default. Oh, I always forget. Default controller here. I've got the Razer, but yeah, the buttons on the regular feel real bad. But I've got a super expensive Razer controller that kind of helps. Especially for mashing, like trying to mash on a regular is painful after a while.
It's all personal preference. As long as like the controller works, the controller works. I
Right.
have really no other comment aside from that. As long as your wiggly waggly is just you and not the controller, then it's all good. Because if it's you, then it's fixable, you know? I do this part on D-pad.
That makes sense.
Because all you're doing is left and right movement is more precise if you're using a D-pad, in my opinion, rather than moving a stick back and forth. Okay, I know you love your stylish cartwheels, so here's one for you. So after the president dies, hold down once Raiden is facing down, cartwheel, and then you'll cartwheel into the cutscene trigger.
Just hold down.
Hold down, and then once you see Raiden moving down,
I did it on my D-pad, but
You
I guess I
just
did it too
cartwheel.
soon.
You cartwheeled too early. You need to see him fully facing down. That's the thing. Like, you have to think of it this way, that, you know, these characters don't just like turn instantaneously. They actually do have like a rotation speed.
Right.
So,
These photos 2 years ago.
you know, it's somewhat realistic in that way. They have a weight to them. Now, these are not the heaviest characters in Metal Gear speedrunning. MGS3 Snake is like much heavier than Snake in Raiden and 2. So, just as an example, by comparison, these characters are very light on their feet. However, it's not like Solid 1 Snake where you can go prone on the ground and spin like you're a helicopter. So,
Right.
yeah, so like I said, just wait until you actually see Raiden and then start moving. Don't be too jumpy with that, or else you'll stay on the panel and you'll be slower. Sometimes it really does pay to be patient. And since you're fairly fresh to running, I'm trying to like throw in these just like general nuggets of wisdom, because it is just sort of like a general philosophy, not like specific to any one game. And you can try to keep those kinds of things in mind. One of the things that you'll see people who are new to running do is they'll just try to like blitz even though they don't know how to blitz, and then they just kind of like trip over their shoelaces. There's
Right.
no reason to blitz until you know how to blitz. Ballroom blitz.
Let's... Should be able to just quick equip to my
Yes.
here.
Correct.
As long as I did it right. I didn't do it right. Oh, there it is.
No, you got it.
There we go.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Once
done.
I went back and I realized, wait, I just need to figure out what's the beat per minute for this. Like, I just got to put it to a metronome, and once I did that, it was so much easier. It's not like I have a metronome going the whole time, but yeah, it's somewhere between like 125 and 130 beats per minute, I think.
That's good information. I don't even know if anyone created a metronome for this, but that's actually interesting information for Vamp 1 Lethal.
Yeah, coming from Smash Melee, like there's a certain technique that like you have to kind of do it at a certain beats per minute, like wobbling, otherwise you drop it. So I've gotten that when I watch the tutorial and I'm like, it's about the kind of rhythm and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, I know what I need to do. Just got to put it to a metronome.
That's a very good adjustment for yourself. And yes, it is really rhythm based. There's in a certain way, speedrunning is kind of like a rhythm game. It's a weird thing to say, but it's true. Certain strats in speedrunning, a good example of this to keep in the Metal Gear paradigm is Solid 1, the Liquid fight. There's a infinite combo you can go for against Liquid.
Oh, yeah.
And metronomes help massively there because you need to pace out your punches properly. Or if we want to top out Solid 2, non-lethal Vamp 1, where you do a punch loop, same idea. So this is the nice and chill part of the run. There is ways to save time. Again, just try to hug those corners as much as you can, even though you're holding Emma's hand. Excuse me. This is a very late episode, everyone, and I appreciate everyone who has come by and watched. just happens to be this late because I work really late, and this episode almost didn't happen, but we got it going the day of. So I want to say thanks to Prufr for being malleable and flexible like that. It was like, hey, you can do this. It's like, yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, it's been very helpful just having like someone live helping me out, and I don't feel like I couldn't get this kind of help if I were to like try to watch tutorials and do it on my own. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. So when you hold Emma's hand there, you want to turn left, like move past her, and then press Y.
Ah,
And once you see the camera change, you can let go of Emma there in the elevator. You don't have to like bring her deep into the elevator. Once you see the camera change, just let go.
gotcha.
It
Can usually
looks
make it past this guard.
it looks weird, like she's not in the elevator, but she is. It's totally fine.
Yeah. Hopefully I have enough AK ammo. That's usually my problem when I get to this point. I have used too much AK ammo.
If you've used too much AK ammo, just use the SOCOM. You should also try to pick up both AK ammo. All right, so it's better to just run, like keep on holding Emma's hand and bring her. It's like the middle. There's like a line in the floor, in the middle by the There's like a part that juts out as you're approaching the guard, and there's like a line on the floor, and that's where he will spot you. Then you drop her hand, and then you shoot him, rather than running back and forth, because that's kind of slow,
Yeah.
obviously. The less running around you can do, the better.
Can
As
usually get her across this thing here.
again, just approach that shadow. There's like a big shadow from the wall. Once you get to that shadow, let go of her hand, fire. Don't try to avoid moving as much as possible. It's a sort of a basic speedrun tenet, but the fewer steps you can take, the better. The reason why this fire is not, you're so close to the fire that like your angle's rough and you're not like letting the coolant go for long enough. So like,
Oh, Emma, don't get burned.
oh gosh. Yeah. Oh no. So there's like a dark line on the floor. You see that there's like a dark line on the floor. Once you get past that dark line, you want to let go and start spraying the bomb. You're gonna have to take out these guards. She's not gonna. Okay. Whew. Yeah, so there's like a dark line on the floor. You cross that line, then you pull out the coolant, and then you start spraying the fire.
Gotcha.
And wait until you see the black smoke. Wait until you start seeing black smoke, and the fire is put out.
Yeah, I usually try to time it with the rings, but
Yeah, I would suggest just like watch someone do escort, and you'll pick up on these little things, because it is a lot of just like little things. It's not I'm not going to say like this is really important for you to focus on right now or anything like that. I would much rather say to you, focus on your guard rush, focus on your Harrier fight, obviously, learn the faster way of dealing with that man, that kind of thing. But, you know, all this stuff adds up. All right, this is the easiest part of the whole goddamn run. So,
right.
All you have to do here. Okay. Go pick up the PSG-1 ammo, and then you want to stand, yeah, pretty much in that spot. And you're going to take out the guard don't worry so much about the ciphers. Just make sure you take out the guard on the first silo approaching. Yep, that one. We don't want to leave him behind. Don't look at Emma. Do not look around her. Just wait. Because you do not want her falling over. It's really bad.
Yeah, should be a cipher in front of me now.
Yep, now you want to swap over to... Oh, do not ever use the AK ammo to fire at ciphers. And...
Close one.
That was very, very close. You want to... What you want to do, you want to aim at the top left guard first, because he shows up before the other guard. You're basically making it harder for yourself going for the bottom right guard first. So top left, then bottom right.
I think I wait now.
Yeah, I mean, what I do is I just kind of look around and FPV up at the sky above me, because that's where the ciphers like come from your
Yeah,
side.
I think I've got it written. Yeah, I think the next stuff that's gonna pop up is the guards on the second tower, and it's gonna happen when Emma's like there. Like she gets about halfway. She gets about halfway in between here, and then we've got 2 guards on the second tower, and then we've got a cipher around the second tower. Then we wait again until she gets about here, and then there's another cipher at the second tower.
Yeah,
At least that's what's in my notes.
Kudos to you for making notes on Twilight sniping.
Once it becomes muscle memory, it's fine, but like it's just easier to kind of.
I just look around. I don't really. Well, I kind of know this just by doing it. But you have the least amount of enemies on very easy. This is just like.
Oh yeah, no
super
mines. Yeah.
Super duper chill.
Is it? So I want to start with the one on bottom always.
No.
Or okay.
No. So for the second silo, you want to do the top left. It's actually the same way. Top left, then bottom right. So because the top left shows up first, and then the bottom right shows up next. But on the second silo, the bottom right guard takes even longer to show up. But on the first silo, they show up pretty quickly afterwards, the first one. So.
All right, now wait a little longer, and then yeah, we got one more cipher, I think.
Well, you got any questions for me?
I don't think so. I'm usually a little slow with this vamp sequence, but I think it's just a matter of getting better about like muscle memory about how far to tap if I even need to tap at all.
My suggestion to you is to just zoom in for about a second and then just tap to the left, and all you have to do is basically aim at his chest and then just start spamming.
Yeah.
You could also, if you do a single headshot, there's like a strat where you just do a single headshot and he's dead as well. So that's what I would suggest. Yeah, I guess since we have a moment, basically the places where I'd say focus your energy is Harrier. Do some tankers, get used to tanker. If you can have like a pretty even, consistent tanker, that helps,
Yeah.
Your bomb disposal is pretty decent. It's just that you cartwheel into walls a lot. So if you stop doing that, you're gonna save a lot of time.
Never.
And then just I know the feeling. I'm just getting a little bit more familiar with the routing. And you'll be good to go. For anyone just joining us, this is twitch.tv/Metal Gear Speedrunners, your place for speedrun content from the Metal Gear speedrunning community. If you haven't dropped this channel a follow, I highly suggest it, because we have tons of different content, speedrunners, and games in the series on this channel. Thank you for your support. There you go.
Not bad.
But yeah, worth mentioning that you can mash as fast as you want for the sniper rifle. Just go ham on him.
Gotcha.
Even though it's single auto, like the sniper rifle will fire as quickly as you can mash. So good job knowing that menu. Well done. I'm really concerned about your ammo though.
Oh,
So
I am
what
too.
So just wait for the cipher to go by. Like it'll go to the right. So just wait. Now go. Don't wait.
Yeah.
Don't. All right, you're gonna have to take them out. Don't go. You cannot go. You need to take out the ciphers.
Fire,
They
come
will-
on.
Oh man. Switch to SOCOM. Yep. Yeah. So like once the cipher flies over the right, then you need to move. If you, I don't know where you might have. Maybe you didn't pick up both packages of AK ammo after Vamp because there's like two
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, I may
picking-
not have grabbed those. I think I may have just used the ammo on the ciphers, and that's where I messed up.
Yeah, you want to be stingy with your AK ammo.
Yeah. I think I was able to use it on the ciphers one run, and since then I've just convinced myself I can do it.
Yeah, just make sure you pick up both AK packages after Vamp 1, and then you should be fine. You can get by with just one, but you really need to be familiar. You can't be wasting ammo if you only pick up one package there, basically, is
Right.
what it comes down to.
You know this fellow? You remember
Here's Daddy.
Mm.
high concentration of cerebral implants. Have they altered
I'm sure you already know you don't need to match for this.
Right.
Okay, so we didn't at all go over like Arsenal. All we really did was go over Rays. But I'm sure you already know you need to call Rose here. Don't wait for her to call you. Call her first.
Mm-hmm.
Olga,
They're bound to
the
find
hands
you.
is up. They're bound to find you.
Listen, I'll free you in a little while. Brace yourself.
She just did a little pinch to us. That's fine.
Yeah, that's all.
Whereas on European Extreme, she breaks one of your ribs.
Right?
So
Oh, yeah, gotta press back out of that one.
oh, you can just press cancel as well. You don't have to press back.
Hmm.
Which would be oh god, B.
Oh, come on.
I was about to say circle. Ugh. PlayStation. So yeah, hold select for this one or back. You got a cartwheel through that guard.
All right.
So my
nice.
visual cue there is like when his knee gets raised, I press back for this codec.
Gonna mess this up. Wait for it. Oh, maybe not. I mean, could have been better. Oh, yep, could have been better.
Oh, yeah. That is one of the
No,
hardest.
not what I
gaps.
wanted. Not what I wanted.
Okay, so here's a general tip for you as well.
Just wanted to
is-
stun him so I didn't have to. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, when you want to like roll through a guard and they're actively trying to kill you, don't roll. If you roll into them, they're gonna kick you. Like it's just not gonna work. You want to punch then roll. You want to stun them first because
Gotcha.
if you just roll, they will They will goalie kick you every time, every
Yeah,
damn
those
time.
Tengus, they know what's up.
Even the regular guards, like they
Yeah,
won't
that's
mess
true.
around. They will kick you in your pretty boy face. So
My pretty boy legs.
you'll lose your pretty boy time. So in that sort of situation, like, oh, I'm approaching a guard, it's even just letting them shoot you and then running past them is better, you know? Because getting knocked is way worse. After the 4th codec, you want to hold back for the Rose codec. It'll happen instantaneously.
Gotcha. I was just about to ask if that was a hold moment.
Yep, that is a hold moment. Same with the when you enter the whatever this room is called, the ascending
Jejunum or
colon.
whatever. Or
No,
ascending
no,
colon,
no.
yeah.
This is ascending colon. Jejunum is the big room with the Tengus. Yep, and you want to slash the moment this happens, and then the timer starts. You just need to slash once. If you want to slash more, that's up to you, just for fun. We used to think like you had to keep on slashing, so you would just see like it was like a few years ago when I started running this game, so I would just be slashing over and over and over again, slowly going towards the door, but it's completely unnecessary. All you need to do is slash once and make sure you're north of Snake. Hello, liquid naked solid Rex. Dropping the poly snake. No, someone had that as an emote on Twitch. That is a Franker face emote as well. Okay. You want to just continue to cartwheel forward. I mean,
Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. You looked at the wrong
'cause
one.
You see, like, you started, like, auto-aiming on other Tengus. So you want to just keep on cartwheeling forward. You want to do this with the gun out, the handgun out. Don't do this with AK.
Oh, it's easier with handgun? Interesting.
Yep. That's why you'll see everyone swap back to their SOCOM here. This is
Interesting,
another
okay.
hold back moment.
I got it first time with FAMA, or not FAMAS, the AK. And ever since then I've been trying to. Oh
Yeah,
no, why?
Yeah, don't bother.
Oh, okay. I'm pressing all the buttons.
Yeah, so there is what I consider to be, when you're doing like halfway, there's like a line in the floor kind of by where the ladder is. That's what we call the Bestwick setup. And that's where we stand for this strategy. And you want to aim at like the bottom left corner, like below the door. Like it'll look like you're like aiming way too high. You got to aim further down. It looks like you're going to hit like it looks like you're going to hit that like the floor, but you won't. You are now. You're aiming way too low, but like you just like aim at the edge, and then you want to aim a little bit to the left. It's kind of hard for me to explain. You just kind of have to watch someone
Right.
do the setup, and
It's
then
hard to get it when fission mail comes up. It's hard for me to like line it up again.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of just have to know where to aim. Okay, I'm gonna quiz you here. What order do we take out these rays?
Middle, left, right.
You got it. And how do we do that?
Spam shots. Spam the middle shot when we come out. Move to the left and shoot.
You gotta drag that aim up.
Up a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. Hit the head. And then you hit the left one, like you said. And then what?
And then move to about here-ish.
Yep.
And then shoot the third one as it comes in. All right, does it?
got
It jump? Yeah, it jumps in. Yeah.
It jumps in. You shoot it once it lands on stage. Shoot the leg and then shoot the mouth, and you're done. And this is going to be much faster than whatever I saw. I'm going to tease you a little bit here. When I came into your stream the other day, I was like, "All right, this
Oh, it was bad.
this guy is a candidate for some. I'm no rookie."
Mm-hmm.
I saw that raise. I was like, he just needs a little bit of a push. And honestly, like, you've caught on to some of this stuff really well. So
What?
oh, that's the Nikita.
I suck. I was trying to. I couldn't get the one on the left, so I was trying to. Yeah, we're just gonna do this.
Yeah, just roll with it now. All right, what you did there is you canceled the stinger. You have to let the stinger fly. Otherwise,
Gotcha.
if you like go back into this is something as well with Harrier.
Jeez.
Aim for the leg. Now
Yeah, I
we're
tried
getting
to-
into like ray sign, like there's actual ray technique, but it should not ever come into play for very easy. That's the thing. Like
Oh wow.
if you ever play, yeah, you hit the leg. If you ever play normal or extreme, then that shit becomes really, really important. But very easy, it's
Mhm.
just oh,
Did it again.
fire 4 times. So,
Are you awake yet, Jack?
I just didn't talk about any of that stuff because it's
The Arsenal AI is correct.
basically irrelevant.
Yeah.
That I underestimated you.
Okay. All right. So we basically just got Solidus at this point. And by
Yes.
basically, I mean entirely.
Entirely, yeah.
Squeeze the answers out of
Oh yeah, I do have to mash for this.
son.
Well,
Yeah, a little bit.
a little slow. Do you get full health coming back into Solidus? Or I mean, I guess it doesn't
Yeah.
really even matter.
Yeah, you get your HP back.
It's not him I want the
Stop choking me.
I didn't really talk about Solidus. This fight could be pretty simple. The first phase is completely predictable as long as you approach it the same way. You punch Solidus and then you do 3 slashes or 2 slashes, then a pierce. And
Punch
then
with B, right?
yes.
I always keep thinking punches X or square.
No. If you press square, you're gonna switch to non-lethal blade.
Yep, that won't be good.
Yeah, you'll hit him with the blunt edge or whatever. So you approach him, punch, and then that'll stagger him, and then you slash. And then you want to create distance between you and him so he does missiles, and then you roll towards him as he starts doing missiles, and then slash him.
Ugh. What is this? What is he doing?
If he does that, you need to let him land. If he does that, you need to block with left bumper.
I didn't get there quick enough.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, you have to go in a very straight line towards him, and he does the missiles. There you go. Yeah, like that.
Now I hold guard and swipe him after he attacks me. Hopefully he gives me the people's elbow. He usually does, but I usually start this fight better too.
And just one more combo.
Here we go.
Nice. So you finished Solidus at 1:15:14.
Do you remember this place?
Let me pull up my splits and see about how long it takes.
This is where we
I think it's like another 7 minutes or something. I can't remember exactly how long it takes.
Well, with my splits on my PB, it's actually closer to like 9 minutes.
Yeah, it's a
It's like
long time.
like 9:12 is what I have on PB.
So when do you split on Final Hit of Solidus?
Well, I split on Final Hit of Solidus, and then once I get to end game, I split it as well, and then I come back and change it to whatever end game time is. I just change that to my like actual end time on my
Gotcha.
my splits.
So what was your split for Solidus in your most recent run?
1:20:46.
Well, you got a 5-minute PB.
Nice.
What kind of thing?
What kind?
You see that, folks? The process works.
It's true. We've seen the proof.
The proof is in the stock exchange.
Prufr0ck?
This is for your ears
Only.
only.
So we'll let the credits play out, so you can submit this as a PB if you'd like. Unless you have to go or anything like that, that's fine too.
Oh no,
Um,
I can wait for a bit.
Fantastic. Well, we can do a little bit of a post-run discussion. Maybe like how you felt about the process, et cetera, et cetera. A little bit of like a reflection period as we wait for the IGT.
Yeah, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Like having someone live kind of in your ear telling you kind of as you go along, like kind of what you're messing up on. It's nice because I try to do the same thing to myself, just saying it out loud so I can log it a little more in my brain. But having someone else, especially picking up on things that I obviously am not picking up on and correcting little spots where like the run's been updated since the tutorial video I've seen. That's also been really helpful.
For sure.
And sometimes you can't just like, I mean, I could watch an entire run like from start to finish and kind of find those little things. But that's a little more difficult and obviously time consuming compared to this method.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest watching some of the league races because you can learn things from just watching people race. I don't know if it's going to be really early in the morning for you since you're on the West Coast, but Apache and I are going to be racing in this Discord tomorrow morning or today morning, later this morning.
Gotcha.
For him, it's afternoon. So I am gonna like immediately go to sleep after this. So I can be up for that.
Is league usually on Wednesdays or is it Thursdays?
The broadcast on the channel is on Thursdays, but people have races throughout the week. It's just scheduled ahead of time. I can't be on the regular league time anymore because I have work at that time.
Right.
So
makes sense.
Which is why this episode took so long to start, but that's all good.
Yeah, we got it done though. Got it wrapped up before midnight.
Yeah. Your midnight, yes.
Right, yes.
Are
you in Central or?
Yeah, I'm Central.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, would you be interested in doing another one of these? Maybe not necessarily from me, but would you be interested in doing this sort of thing in the future again?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like yeah, right now I want to get this run down and I don't know if I want to move then onto like other MGS2 difficulties or if I want to maybe switch over to like MGS1 any percent kind of with like normal or easy or whatever kind of the standard run is there. I might switch over to that and kind of learn that as well and see which one kind of strikes my fancy more because like you were saying earlier, yeah, the this run compared to Kingdom Hearts, it's more glitch dependent and it's more like there's a little more like the menu tech and stuff like that is
Yeah.
a little more demanding, but I think overall Kingdom Hearts is a little harder just because it's longer. There's more chances for things to go wrong, and it's all about getting like staggers on bosses, and like all of the bosses are about getting staggers, and so it can.
Right.
And if you miss a stagger in Kingdom Hearts, you're minimum like 30 seconds added. And yeah, it's my PB right now is at 2.5 hours, and there's very minimal breaks throughout. So it's a more longer and grueling speed run in a lot of respects. And even the first time I ran this, like, and on New Game Plus, and got like a 149, 150. No, it was 159. Even that, I was just like, wow, I'm much less exhausted after this run than I am after a Kingdom Hearts run.
Yeah, this run, you know, to give you a little bit of perspective on very easy, as someone who, well, I really started running very easy seriously this year because of League, and very easy has become much more popular as a category in recent time. This run is primarily execution based, so there is RNG, there is randomness to the run, but mostly it's on you, your movement, and how well you do the bosses. So, menuing is there, but it's not anywhere to the extent of an RPG run like Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
There are runs in this series that are more menu based. Solid 3 definitely has its fair share of menuing. Like Peace Walker, Phantom Pain, of course, like the Acid games, because those are just full on RPGs.
Right.
But menuing's not so important in this run. What I would suggest to you is probably like see if you can get like what is the, I need to actually see what, so I'm not just talking out of my butt about how fast HD collection is, so I don't want to give you a weird indication. Oh, D-Limes hasn't submitted his run. Damn it, D-Limes. I don't remember what he got on very easy.
What's that world record right now? It's like 112.55.
Yeah, but he beat that recently on
Yes.
Series S. So I'm trying to remember what the difference in time is, but
Oh, he needs to get an X. I'll shave it down even more.
no, he actually tested that. It doesn't make a difference.
Really? So even, oh wow. Because I know in Kingdom Hearts, it definitely makes a difference. Even not only going up to the Series S, but then up to the Series X. There's an even.
Isn't that though an Xbox One game?
Yes.
That's why. Because this is
right, because this is a 360 technically.
360 game that like you're not really gonna get much of a difference there.
That makes sense.
When people were running on Xbox One, that made a difference. But Series is, we're talking 2 generations removed, so in any case, what I would suggest to you is give it a couple of weeks, get a little bit more used to the run, see if you dig it, you get more used to the boss fights and stuff, and see if you like want to put your teeth into this game, or you want to try other stuff. MGS1 is a fun run too, and definitely has its chill, laid back moments in that run, definitely. There's a lot of different ways to run that game as well. A lot of different options. Metal Gear, it's got something for everyone, I guess.
It's true. So many games, you're bound to find something.
Yeah, pretty much.
And after this scene here, I don't have to mash right after I get through this codec.
Once you get past the like little title, you're done.
Nice.
So a 124.27.
Not bad.
So that what was your old PB for the in-game time?
Pull that up here again. 129.58. So about 5.5 minutes.
Okay, there you go. Very nice. Very, very nice. So
just about what, hour and a half of practice we had beforehand?
Yeah, an hour and a half of practice, a little bit of coaching, and 5 minutes saved. So, um, and if you stick to this, I assure you, you can get a under 120,
Right.
under
That
80
was
minutes.
with continues and with a lot of other
A
like
lot of lot of
flubs that could
lot of
easily
goofy
be.
stuff. A lot of
Yeah.
goofy stuff that I tease you, poked you at for, but
Yeah, the
it's all
cartwheels.
in good fun. Um, but it, like I said, if you stick to it, you learn your boss fights. You get a little bit more comfortable with the movement of the game, a little bit more comfortable in the routing. Oh, for sure, you can get a sub hour 20, and then you'll get a bit of a better sense of like, is this category for me? Do I enjoy this? That kind of thing. But
Yeah, is this something I'm gonna want to grind out and really start shaving off just kind of like seconds at a time kind of thing? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. What I say with speedrunning is that like the mid tier grind is like the most fun, right? Because it's like you're saving a lot of time, you're learning the game. It's very exciting. It's when you start getting into the really fine details. Sometimes that can turn people off. Because at the end of the day, like with this run, it really comes down to movement, 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 movement. Um, so some people it's like it just gets kind of boring. Others like really just get super engaged with that kind of play style. So um normal's cool. Normal is very underrun, but it is definitely a harder run. There's no doubt about it. Anyways, any last thoughts or anything you want to promote or say to everyone before we head out?
No, I don't think so. Other than to kind of check out my channel if you get a chance. I've been a variety streamer for about a year now, but I've slowly made the transition to more speedrun dominant streams. But yeah, it's twitch.tv/ it's Prufr0ck. Just all I guess I can just put it in the chat. That would probably make the most sense if that's okay.
That's quite all right.
Yeah.
Oh God, it didn't work.
Oh no, did I
I
get the
just I
stars?
just I just baited you. Sorry.
Did I get timed out?
Nah, you're not gonna get. There we go. I think I
There
did
we
it right.
go.
Yeah,
Oh, 2Ks.
2Ks. All right. It's
Yeah, the 1K was already taken, unfortunately, by someone who is not active whatsoever. But what are you gonna do?
I know the feeling. The the fake plywood has the the name I want. It's like half the reason to become partner is just so I can delete the underscore from my name.
Yes.
So yeah. All right. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you and teaching you. I hope you got a fair bit out of it and you enjoyed keep on enjoying running the game. That is going to be it from us on Metal Gear Speedrunners. I've been your host Plywood with this episode of I'm No Rookie, episode 15, MGS2 Very Easy. As always, if you are interested in learning a game in the series, please join our Discord and sign up for I'm No Rookie, and we'll put you to the test in your game of choice.